Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into Driving the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Big Mosh, how was your weekend, buddy?
Doing pretty well. Picks are coming through. Got a nice, clean slate coming up. We have some good baseball coming up, so I'm really, really excited.
We do have some good baseball coming up, man. You're absolutely right. We do also have some football coming up, college and pro. We're going to break down week one a little bit here on the show, but going to go ahead and get right to it. Look, big California wager. Man, our man's been all over the planet. All over the planet. Shout out our man, Brad. Absolutely smoked it, man. The land battle already won, and that's by your boy, Brad. So well done there. Aloha and happy Monday. Yeah, man. Been out in Hawaii. It sounds nice, Bush, doesn't it?
Oh, it does sound nice. That's actually what they tried to sell us on the timeshare. My wife and I looked at each other. We were like, we're not going to Hawaii. Yes, it sounds nice, but it's not something we can do.
Well, I'll tell you what we can do, and that is the picks. So go ahead, lead us off. What you got, bud?
All righty. Yeah, I like some, I would say underdogs, but I think that we should just go on the run lines and just roll with the plus money here. I think the Brewers should be, I think this is a fantastic price. Nothing's going to stop me from backing the Brewers now. They're facing newly traded Eric Fetty and the Braves' 30th ranked bullpen over the last few weeks. Fetty hasn't exactly been good at all, and Milwaukee is ranked third offensively lately. So I think Priester's going to be fine. He's going to have some strikeout success. And I also love that these two teams are headed in just opposite directions. I don't understand really this price. And a little bonus pick here. I can't believe you can get near even money on the series line. Something to say there. Anyway, next up, we got the Royals at the Red Sox. Red Sox also big plus money on the run line. Both teams are hot, but I really think the underlying metrics heavily favor the Red Sox here. Brayan Bello is in a groove. Last month, he had a 2.67 ERA, and his barrel rate and hard hit rate are in elite levels. They also have the second best bullpen behind them. What's not to love? Bailey Falter just got traded to the Royals, and while he's been all right, his metrics aren't that great. He has been able to limit damage, but this is Fenway. He struggles on the road. New team. Let's see if he can handle it against the Red Sox, who are 10th at home, 7th against lefties. I think Falter is set up for failure. Last but not least, we got the Blue Jays at the Rockies. This one's a little complicated here, but it's a same game parlay. I took the Blue Jays team total over 4.5 and the Rockies team total over 2.5. Simply put, I love runs. 60 runs. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone, but I think 60 runs were scored in just the last 3 games in the Rockies, with the Rockies, and that was against the Pirates. If this Blue Jays team total was anywhere lower than 6.5, I'd just be jumping on that. Tanner Gordon has been atrocious. He has some of the worst metrics that I've seen from a starting pitcher. And last month is 6.00 ERA, 9% barrel rate, 51% hard hit rate, near 10% strikeout rate. I just don't see it there. Eric Lauer has been good, but Coors Field does something funny to you. Rockies have been hitting, so I do like both teams to hit here. Worst case scenario, the Blue Jays bullpen has ranked 28th in the last couple of weeks. So everything kind of points towards the over with the good weather incoming. I think we smashed these 3 plays.
Nice job, man. Yeah, dude, I'll say this. I mean, just, from going over it this morning on DTL, it's the best weather that's out there. It's hot. It's like 11 miles an hour blowing out, and you're on top of a mountain. Solid. I mean, dude, you couldn't ask for anything more, man, for sure. Now, what you can ask for more of, and Gus, I feel you on this one, from a Braves fan, we're trash. I know.
And it's so sad. You guys are so good. Like, you have so many great individual talents.
That's why I say, and that leads me into number 2. You never freaking know. You never freaking know. Z-Money says Padres minus 135 to win the series versus Arizona Diamondbacks. Why so cheap? Because they're dangerous right now. You don't know what you're going to get. And I'll tell you this, going right off of that, all right, you can go ahead and give me the Padres-Diamondbacks over 9. I don't care if JP Sears is on the mound. Dude, I think that this game is volatile on both sides. The Padres want to get out and absolutely smash, and I think they're going to do everything they can to try and do that. And the Diamondbacks, they're dangerous too, man. This team is dangerous. I think we're going to get runs. And you know what? I like the fact that Sears is throwing tonight. Give me all of the just madness. I think that's what we're going to see out of this game here is just madness. I think it's just going to be a back and forth affair, and I'm absolutely here for it. And I mean, obviously the weather's going to be just fine because we'll be under a roof, and it's 109 degrees out there. So, yeah, count me in, bro. Now, college football, okay? Week 0, week 1, right in the mix here. All right, now, real quick. Justin says, I'll be at the Diamondbacks game tonight. My fiance and her family expecting over tonight. Padres win. Live updates to Discord. Yes.
Wait, see the other stat. He's 7-3 to the over attending the D-back games.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Justin, let's make that 8-3. I love it. Okay, now Joe got 3 series plays. Marlins plus 104. Brewers minus 123. Padres minus 125. I love it, man. Scott, A, B, and Moshe, how are you guys? Man, I'm great, buddy. How you doing, Scott? It's good to see you, bro. Moshe, how you doing? You good?
We're feeling fine. We're feeling more than fine. Got great day coming up. Well, it's already been a great day. We have a greater day coming up in the second half.
I like the positivity. All right, now let's jump into college football. So this is, I don't even think this is week 0. I think these are all week 1 games. But we're going to go through it. All right, first one. This should be around August 30th. If you look, I got these at DraftKings. So if you go to college football, you'll see August 23rd, which is, week 0. You got a couple good games on there. And then you'll start to see it Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I believe these are Saturday, but it's all on that week 1. So first one, Georgia Tech, -4. Georgia Tech's on the road against Colorado. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not a shot at Deion Sanders or anything to do with the Colorado football program. This is a problem, though. You do not want to schedule Georgia Tech to start. That's the last team. They're like scheduling App State because Brent Key, the head coach of Georgia Tech, did you see him last year? This dude is a dragon slayer. This is a military operation. This team will be fundamentally sound. They will be ready to go, and they'll like it that it's an away game rather than a home game because he's going to just hammer it into them. They got your attention yet? And all those flashy things that Colorado's done. Again, this is not a negative at Colorado or Deion. This is that you scheduled the wrong team. And Colorado, no more Shador, no more Travis Hunter. You tell me who's on Colorado. There you go.
Not a whole lot.
Look, this is nothing negative at them whatsoever, but this is the last team that you want to schedule first. Because while you're going through a whole lot of change, and Deion's had cancer all offseason. This is not a negative at Colorado. But, buddy, Georgia Tech will be ready for this game. Because there ain't a lot of pizzazz that goes into what they do. What they do travels. Hit your ass, run the football. You can do that on the moon. So, yeah. Now, next one. Matty boy, got a dip, early gang, touch base with you. All right, good to see you, buddy. Next one. Utah, -6.5. Take it on UCLA. I can just go ahead and tell you. I would not expect a lot out of Nico and that offense game 1 for UCLA. A lot of change there, too. And that ain't really a good football team. Utah, coming off a season that they did, they want to get back to basics. This, again, see the pick above, Georgia Tech. Utah is not the team that you want to start the season off with. If you're replacing a quarterback, it's not it. These teams are fundamental. These teams run the football. These teams don't make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that Georgia Tech and Utah are going to come out and win the national championship, and I'm not speaking negative on UCLA or Colorado. What I'm saying is that when you've had a lot of change, go to the next one. Tennessee is lucky that Syracuse is going through the same changes too. Scott, AB, is that Utah pick more a pick against UCLA and Nico? No, it's not. Look, I haven't said a negative thing about the kid. I get it. He wanted his money. Go do your thing. But he's not exactly a guy that goes the extra mile. I know that. And that team, UCLA, is just not a good football team. Now, again, nothing negative. Look, I would tell, look, this is about money. If Nico were going to go out there and ball, I'd tell you the complete opposite. At least make money off of it. You know what I mean? But no. Utah is just one of those teams you just don't want to see them first. When you've had a lot of change, dude, it's like playing Army or Navy. Like, you know, you're going to get a team that is fundamentally sound and can line up, block, tackle, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just know this team at the very least is going to be organized. And being organized, because once the game starts, Haas, did you see the other night the Lions backups? You can just come to a grinding halt if you're not ready. So Georgia Tech -4 against Colorado. Give me that. Utah -6.5 against UCLA. Give me that. Now, Tennessee, same deal. Hey, Dante Thornton. Hey, you're going to like him. Hey, you're going to like him. Look at his highlights. Tennessee and Syracuse. Now, Tennessee going through a lot of change, replacing a quarterback as well. Well, look, I'm taking Tennessee under. That'll tell you. Tennessee is going to have a big change. Now, with that, though, you saw what they did last year when Nico started just really not ready. Brian said an under. Yeah. Look, man, Tennessee's going to play with defense. They're going to play with running the football. They got 3 horses at running back, and they're going to use all 3 of them. I assure you. And Syracuse, look, Tennessee's got a pretty good defense. They had one last year. Now, they lost some pieces, but they got some dogs. Syracuse, same deal. That's a good football team. That's a well-coached football team. Now, both teams are replacing quarterbacks. This game, it's both on the road. It's in Atlanta. So it's a road game for both of them. It's at 11 a.m. Yeah, I'm feeling the under. Now, I'm feeling the opposite on Texas, Ohio State. Now, you're also talking about 2 teams replacing quarterbacks. But they're going to be all right on both sides. You got 2 good defenses on both sides. But I think it's going to be a hell of a game. Because, look, if you are a big-name team playing a smaller team in week 1, your goal is to, like, Georgia's playing Marshall. Georgia, your plan is to go out, get up, get your starters some reps, then get them out. Just don't screw it up. But Texas and Ohio State, you got to go. And if one team starts pouring it on the other, they ain't going to stop. I assure you, because remember, these games matter at the end of the year. Absolutely freaking matter. So that's why I like the over. I think we can see a shootout. And even if we have a blowout, I think they keep going. Big Brian, I love this community. Thanks, AB and the crew. Bro, thank you, man. Shoot. Tizzle, that UT-OSU game will be similar. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it's going to be a great one, man. Also looking forward to LSU Clemson. Hell yeah. The Battle of Death Valley. Justin said 100, Brian. Yep. Brian, spot on that one, man. But back to you guys. Thank you. Well, look at Brian gifted 5 DTL memberships, man. Thank you, Brian. That's huge, dude. You are the man. And welcome to all the new members. So, Brian, dude, showing out, brother. Thank you, everybody. All right. So those are I'll tell you what, Most, go back to yours. Break them down. What you got?
Yeah, we like the Brewers and the Red Sox. I'm not stopping at bad juice on the money line. Let's go for the whole thing plus money. And I love runs in the Blue Jays Rockies game. Let's go. Blue Jays team total over 4.5, parlayed with the Rockies team total over 2.5. And the other two plays are Brewers on the run line plus 125 and the Red Sox on the run line plus 136.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, and if I can respond to something in the chat, someone asked me what my favorite no run first innings are here. I've been looking. I haven't really found anything that I've liked in the last 3 days, and a lot of that comes down to the series matchups. If I had to choose one, Guardians Mets, but be careful. Both, it just doesn't feel like it to me, and I'm not going to force anything if I don't have to anymore.
Yeah, well, no. Good call. The tough part, both of those lineups are loaded.
And they're hitting well. It's not just that they're not. It's both of them are hot. Both of them can hit.
Scary.
I wouldn't touch anything.
Well, here's the tough part, and what you're getting at, as Z Money says, weather rolling through in Atlanta. Probably a late start, maybe 9 p.m. starts like they've given the radar. Yes. Yeah, we were talking about this morning. Yeah, tons of weather. Z Money, you're absolutely spot on with that. It definitely could be a late start. Could even get pushed, just depending on what that cell does. But it's going to rain. Sorry, what were you just saying, Most? I lost
just not forcing the no-run first innings.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so with that, the difficult part is that you could absolutely make the right bet, and the smallest mistake, dude, a curve doesn't curve.
The outfielder just got the wrong jump on a ball, on a routine fly ball, and someone was on second and he scored. I was like, come on.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the tough part, is that there's risk. The payoff is nice, but it's one of those, like, one. All it takes is one. You're going through the statistically the best hitting inning of the game, because it's the top 3 guaranteed for both teams. Now, does it mean that it pays out in terms of run production, in terms of an average of 1,000 baseball games? But you see what I'm saying? Statistically, you're facing the 6 best hitters that are in the game. Definitely, man. In regards to Brian, do not forget golf playoffs this week. It's golf playoffs, dude. We'll be ready for your picks. Like you're saying, man, you profited, dude. Absolutely crushed it, man. Yep. So, Z Money, how about a no-run second inning?
I've been looking into this.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, I interrupt you. Go ahead.
No. I've been looking into this, and I think that I am going to be coming out with some plays here soon. The problem is that the books tend to put more juice on no runs in the second inning than they do on the first.
Oh yeah.
I think that they're
gonna make you pay for it.
They're gonna make you pay for it. Yeah, that's 100%. And it's also, I think, a little bit more unreliable, because you know who is starting on the opposite team, first, second, third. You don't know necessarily who's gonna be up in the second inning. But yes, I've been looking into inning splits and trying to figure out advantages on this. It just hasn't come through in picks yet.
Yeah, no. It's fascinating that you bring that up, because it's one of those to where, let's say you are the pitcher. All right, we're betting no run second inning. I'd actually like you to give up runs in the first inning, because one, you're going to get out of your system. Number two, statistically, I've got a better shot in the second inning facing 7, 8, 9.
Oh, so here's an interesting spot. Why not us as a crew, if there's a run scored in the first inning, put it out in the chat and we'll see what the line, if the line moves, right? If he gives up a run in the first, maybe he'll be more willing to give up in a second type of move from the books. Let's see if one of these yes run.
Yeah, I was gonna say
things come
just
through.
pick one for us. Yeah.
And then we'll just, if it hits, let's just roll with the no run second inning. I think that's
Do
a
it.
fun little
Call
game.
it. Yeah. What do you see?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, we'll wait for the games to start and then.
Oh, live. I got you.
Yeah, live betting. So like that's a game that we can all play together. You know, figure out who's not like a rookie starter or who's not gonna like just collapse, and yeah, let's roll with it. It's probably gonna be a good look. And you know what? It might happen in the Yankees game, Yankees Rangers. That would be a fun one to take in the second.
Yeah, it would be. All right, I like it. Okay. All right, so you've got that. Let me put mine back up here for anybody who may have missed it. Tonight, Padres-Diamondbacks over 9. And then week 1 college football, Georgia Tech -4 against Colorado, Utah -6.5 against UCLA, Tennessee, Syracuse under 53.5, and then Texas, Ohio State over 48.5. And man, that's going to be a fun game, dude. God, it's going to be a fun game. You ready for the Arch Manning begin?
I think I am. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think he's paid his dues. He's been respectful. It's a nice little story there. And I think a lot of NFL teams will be very interested.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that guy is a marketing dream. Like that last name has literally money tied to it. Like, there ain't many things guaranteed in life, but if that kid is remotely good, number 1 overall pick in the draft. Because here's the other thing. That last name, it is going to deliver. You're going to get all kinds of partnerships with the Manning. Like, you're going to have ESPN.
Family. You got the family in it. It's not, you're not just getting him.
Like, you get the royal family. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like Taylor Swift when this thing started with Travis Kelce. That name, there ain't many people that could go toe-to-toe with the NFL in the court of public opinion. She can. You know what I'm saying? She can. So it was like, that's why, like, they were like, oh yeah, we're going to milk the out of this.
And they did. And you know what?
I mean, as you should. And here's the fascinating part. This is why the NFL always wins. Remember, they wanted her for the Super Bowl halftime show. They've wanted her for 10 years, and she's always said no. Now they get her for free, which they don't pay for the halftime show anyway, but now they get her for free. They get all the marketing for free because she's coming to the game. They're sitting back saying, dude, come get some. Like, who wants some of this power? The NFL's got crazy power. You remember during the O.J. Simpson civil trial, he lost horribly, right? Like the Goldman family and all them, like they got like $33 million awarded to them, which back in 1996 is not what it is today. But it was already written into law that they couldn't touch his NFL pension.
I did not know that. So
yes.
I did study that case in law.
The NFL's pension is so strong that they couldn't touch it legally. This dude was in prison making bank, dude. His commissary was full.
I mean, he's also he was a premier. I'm sure he was taken care of.
He took care of it. Yeah. Well, actually, I read about that, and they said that he was actually a model inmate, like for real. He reffed games. He'd put together like basketball tournaments, like 3-on-3s, and everybody they said that like the prison that he was at, like it all calmed down because he was cool. Literally, he was like, just put me. They're like, well, we have to put you in protective custody. He's like, no, you don't. I'm fine. I'm OJ. They said within a day, dude, he was just kicking it with everybody, chilling, They're like, dude, this prison for 9 years was just relaxed. Like this block. They're like, we didn't touch it. They're like, we didn't touch it. We didn't move people in and out. Like, we didn't mess with the chemistry because we didn't have to do anything.
Sounds a lot like that.
He even worked. He had a job like anybody else would. Like, yeah.
What was that Adam Sandler movie where he was like an ex-football star and he like goes and wrecks his fiance or wife's car or whatever and he gets thrown in jail? Longest Yard.
Yeah, the Mean Machine.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that movie's funny too. Justin said that's crazy. That's mob lifestyle stuff. I'm telling you, like, literally, they could not touch it. Couldn't touch it. The NFL is. Look, there aren't many organizations in the world that have the power that the NFL does.
No public corporations.
Yeah. The NFL, they could be a government. They called OJ Big Daddy Juice. Like, dude, so I'm a big documentary guy, and the OJ 30 for 30, the Made in America, that like 6-part series, I think is one of the greatest documentaries that's ever been made. I could talk about the OJ stuff forever. Like, I don't know why I found it so, like, it's like our generation's JFK, but not really. You know what I mean? Like, just that level of, I'm not saying the level of importance, but I'm just saying, and I'm not saying not important for victims here. You get what I'm saying. Like, it wild. But yeah, like, back to the point of like how powerful the NFL is. They're like, no, you can't touch that. You can't touch that pension. That union stood straight up and said, nope. Oh, you're who? The federal government? Nope. We ain't turning over a damn thing. Joe said mine is 9/11. I can talk it all day. I can see that. Yeah. It just, those moments of just massive changes in, destruction in one way or the other. I'm with you.
Moments where the entire Earth stood still for just a few minutes or longer.
We were getting pictures taken in school. Literally. Like, in line, and somebody just, like, a teacher came out, like, screaming. I remember. I'll never forget it.
We're out in Philly. Sorry. Yeah.
No, go ahead. What did you say?
I interrupted you. Sorry.
No, I was done. I was just saying I just remember being outside, like, hit my friends with a stick or something. Like, because we had to take these pictures, like, there's this huge, like, cedar tree that was like the thing. I don't know. We didn't have a lot of money. But I think I was just hitting one of my buddies like it was a bat, Some teacher came running out. And when you're screaming that, at like 400 kids. Oh, I'm not laughing about that. I just remember that. And I just remember looking at my buddy. I was like, the hell did she just say? What? Oh, memories. Yeah. They discontinued the white Bronco. Did you know that dude tried to sell that on an episode of Pawn Stars?
I think I did hear that, actually.
And that was Al Cowling. That was Al Cowling's Ford Bronco. Remember, people think it was OJ's.
He just took the car.
They had both at him. Because remember, his was evidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How about I bring this back to baseball for a second? Jared Moreau has a nice hits parlay that I really like. I really like it here. Christian Walker parlayed with Giancarlo Stanton. 1+ hits each. This is a great look. I think both of them mash. Christian Walker's been on fire lately. So is Stanton. I think both of them I think Walker's hitting 280 in the last 2 weeks. And Stanton's hitting, I think, 330 or something. Solid.
Yeah.
Oh, who are we doing for home runs? Who's your pick, AB?
Oh, yeah. So, all right, while we bring that up, didn't he park it in his aunt's garage? Yeah. And dude, so this agent, let me tell you this real quick. This agent was brilliant. OJ's agent was brilliant. Let me give you 2 reasons why. Number 1, remember the glove? Remember they were going to put it on? So the in court, it's not like TV. There's no surprise. Like, they knew about this in advance, right? So his agent is sitting in the LA County jail with OJ because OJ was locked up the whole court case, right? So he's sitting there talking to him, and OJ's like, all right, what's the strategy here? We're gonna do this glove, blah blah blah. Like, what are we gonna do? The guy goes, you have arthritis, right? He goes, yeah. He goes, stop taking your medicine for 2 weeks. OJ goes, why would I do that? My hands would kill me. Oh, and he got it because his hands would swell up, right? So he didn't take it for 2 weeks. His agent was talking about that. Then during the court, so OJ had money, but that legal team is costing a fortune, like $90K a day or something crazy, right? So OJ's like, man, all right, we need to generate revenue. This has become popular. How do we make some money off of it to offset, right? So autographs was OJ's normal business. Well, he's not convicted of a crime, so you can't stop him from operating his normal business, even if he's in jail. So they get that out, but then they're like, well, you can't just bring a bunch of merchandise and autograph, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just bring 18 boxes of jersey, whatever. So they couldn't bring all this stuff. So OJ's like, damn, like, could have made whatever. They ended up making $3 million off autographs. And you know how they did it? His agent said, OJ, you don't need to have an entire football to sign it. I'll just bring in the little white, how they have a white panel? He just went and got all, as many as he could, took off the panel and just brought the panel in. And he could sit there, and OJ could sit in a back room private, because it's work, and sign these. Couldn't bring in a full jersey, so his agent goes, dude, we'll just peel off one number. So 32, he just peel off the 2s. Bring in the 2, sign it, pump them back out. They did $3 million.
Wow.
Merchandise. Crazy. All right, home runs. What a segue that was. Kyle Schwarber, plus 175. Shohei Ohtani, plus 205. Mike Trout, plus 275. Manny Machado, plus 315. Pete Alonso, plus 325. Where are you going?
On the list, I got to go with Ohtani here. I think he's due. I had, on my research last night, I had 2 players who I really loved, but the numbers just weren't there. Shohei and Juan Soto. But like, I'm not it's so low. Like, plus, like, I might as well just go hits, runs, RBIs on half the teams.
Yes. And look, Jared he just said that. Been playing hits, runs, and RBIs, been cashing with Soros, right? Look, man, you've seen the list. The big names aren't hitting home runs right now. But that doesn't mean anything. Like, that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a real stat of, well, the good players aren't doing it right now, right? Like, I went Trout, but
the Angels make me nervous. They're just on such a downward slide lately, and when they're
you don't trust me. You don't have to explain that. Yeah,
but
Angels
Trout is always like he's always good for one. Like, he's hitting like, I think 5 or 6% again. Like, it's so look, and especially in the 4th best hitting home run stadium in the league.
It stinks when you're always up with 2 outs. I swear to God, that's the word. Look, I hit a lot of leadoff in my life, dude. A lot. That's why I'm such an ass about get your ass up there. Like, swing. They're going to throw you a strike. Swing, right? But hitting leadoff, you get stuck hitting with 2 outs a lot, bro, and nobody on. It's a lonely existence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hitting leadoff feels like the start of something great, but you oftentimes find yourself at the end tail trying to clean something up and start something with 2 outs a lot, you know?
Yep. And hitting first isn't
where you wanna
easier.
be.
Hitting first is not any easier. Hitting with nobody on, like all the pressure's
No,
on you.
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Hitting first because you start the game alone, and then the rest of it, it's not like it's 1, 2, 3. It's usually 8, 9, 1. That it's a lonely existence, dude. Hitting second or third, great. You know what else is hitting great? Fifth. Yeah, bro, Justin, leadoff hitters like being the firstborn child. I swear, yes. And I don't know about y'all. I am a firstborn child.
I'm the oldest of 6 kids.
There you go. It is, dude. You got to figure a lot of stuff out on your own, and you got to. That's why I always say, if you have a leadoff hitter that has a good average and RBIs, if your leadoff hitter has a lot of RBIs and a good average, that's a damn good baseball player because he's not getting left with a lot of RBI potential like your cleanup hitter is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you got a leadoff hitter that's got ribbies, that dude is doing work, real work. Because if the guys that were hitting in front of him were any better, they wouldn't be hitting in front of him.
That's a fair point. Yeah, I like
it. Dude, I'm telling you, I have a soft spot for leadoff hitters. I have a soft spot for them. It ain't a fun life. It's not fun. So
yeah. Oh, I got one more.
Mike Trout. I'm gonna go now.
I got one more home run prop for you guys.
Let it rip.
All right. So I was going in between here, but I was looking at the Blue Jays Rockies game because I really, really love the weather there. I love hitting against Tanner Gordon. Joey Loperfido. I got this at plus 470 right before the show on FanDuel. Last 2 weeks, he's hitting 395 with 2 home runs, and he's hitting home runs against righties at a 6.3 rate. Honestly, for this price, he is only marginally less likely to hit a home run today than Vladdy or Barger. So I think that if you're getting near plus 500 on Loperfido, that's the look. That's the look with the value.
Yeah. I like it. Tizzle, I could go on a long thing on why your best hitter should bat second. Yes.
I like that. Yeah.
Agreed. A lot of times they do. You know, I found it fascinating the Dodgers when Shohei was hurt and he came back and then Mookie was out and having one hit 2. Yeah.
That's a fantastic. Yeah. I like that strategy a lot. And I also like putting your second best on base player 9th. You have your first best on base player first, and then you have your next best on base player last. And that way you don't run into that problem where your first hitter's always going out with 2 outs.
That's a good point.
Great look here.
Tommy Pham was hit 28 last 20. Giancarlo Stanton 22, 20. Rowan Anthony 22, 20. Tommy Smith 10 last 8. There we go. All right, that's a good look. Sorry, I read that one. He said Acuna is a young AB. That guy is a freak of nature at baseball. Ronald Acuna is that guy is a catalyst, man. If he were on a team, like you could take 2 Yankees, 2 star players, get rid of them. If you threw Acuna at the top of that Yankees lineup with the guys they have behind him, Acuna would steal bases all day long, and he would have power guys bringing his ass in. Like,
if you had Acuna, Judge, Bellinger, Stanton,
I mean, it would be out of control.
It's a nightmare. That's a nightmare to navigate through.
It'd be a nightmare. Like, what in the hell do you do?
You just walk them. Just here you go. One free run. We'll pitch to the rest of your lineup.
Here, you figure it out.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Depending on your book, you might not get the void burnt the other day on this. Rookie's been making us bank this year. Hell yeah, they have. Yeah. Hey, did you see Blake Burke the other day? Oh, he's coming. The big boy's coming. Z-Money, the play that Acuna gunned the player at third from deep right field was wild. Heck of a play, but the third baseman played it off too. Yeah. He's a freak. Like, he can hit for power, massive power. He could be the best stolen base guy in the league. He's fast. He's got a glove. He's got a
He's a more well-coordinated Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah,
Ellie De La Cruz is phenomenal.
He's not so tall. Like,
yeah.
Ellie De La Cruz is a monster of a human being.
That would also be fun on the Yankees if you had him on there.
Yeah. That dude is big, man. He's big, dude. Okay.
Oh, here's two more plays, though. I just saw it in the chat scrolling up. Here's two plays that I played. Yelich and Stowers for hits, runs, RBIs. Great looks. Just great looks from the chat.
Say that again.
I think it was Stowers. Who wrote that here? Jared Moreau said Stowers been playing with the hits, runs, RBIs, been cashing with Stowers. I played that last night. And Town Sizzle with Christian Yelich, hits, runs, RBIs. That's a great look as well.
Nice.
You're going to get I think you're going to get some high totals here, even if the weather isn't perfect all over.
Well, the weather outside is weather. Landon, how long do they have Acuna locked in for? Ronald Acuna is under contract through 2026 next season.
That's not so far.
It's next year.
Wow.
After next year. And they have options on 27 and 28. But yeah, man. Yeah. Dusty, my boy, said show me rolling for 45. Time for the sterno. 18 likes for tonight. I'm telling you. Okay. Who's another guy that hits, runs, and RBIs? Well, hold on. Yeah, you look that up real quick. Strike says looking at today. If you're trying to parlay a few, grab Gray 5+ Ks, 9 out of 10. Katera 4+, 9 out of 10. Povich 4+, 9 out of 10. Lauer 4+, 9 out of 10. Bello 3+, 9 out of 10. Tizzle likes Nick Lodolo 5+ Ks. You like that?
What's not to love? I mean, he's fantastic. I like him. Here's the problem with the Reds. On paper, I love the rotation. In practicality, they each blow up about once every 3 to 4 games.
Yeah.
So I do. The metrics line up. They're great. I like them a lot. The Reds scare me a little bit, and I'll go into runs where I'll start backing them a lot. I didn't get there myself today, but I don't hate it. But I do got one more hits, runs, RBIs played today. So I already talked about Tommy Pham, talked about Kyle Stowers and Christian Walker, all of whom I have. Willie Adames, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs at -115. I think he has a good day as well. I think his I can run it up here and find out exactly, but he has great historicals as well. Yeah.
Oh, Willie Adames. Yeah, Willie Adames. That's it's a good play. I mean, his name pops up on lists daily that we break down. He can hit.
Yeah, and William Contreras is a fantastic look too. I think the price was a little bit expensive last night when I was looking at it in the 2 books that had it early. So if you get a good price on that, that's a fantastic look as well.
Yeah, I agree. Jared said, can't wait for some NFL AB, increase the unit size this year. Hell yeah, I can't wait for it too, man. And, we've got a lot of young quarterbacks in the league. It's going to be exciting and fun. There's going to be so many interceptions.
I wonder how training is changing for these young quarterbacks to improve their speed and reaction times to getting to the NFL level.
Well, a lot of it, a lot of it is a lot of individual drills. Right? And what were the criteria that you just mentioned?
Just the speed of and the reaction times of making it into the NFL. Like the game is just so much faster. I think you have what's the average amount of seconds? It's like 2.5 seconds to get the ball out of your hands in the NFL compared to like 3 point something in college. Like it's just a different game. You're dealing with, I mean, gods of humans trying to beat your ass at every.
That's why you know what
second.
you bring up a good point. That is why I always want everyone to remember to bring up what's on your mind, because you just brought up something. This is a good thing to bet on in week 1 of the NFL. Exactly what you just said. We do it every year. Exactly what you just said. We didn't plan this at all. Watch for teams with rookie quarterbacks and take their over for rushing yards, because you have 2.5 seconds in the slot. And if you are a good rookie quarterback, you know what? You were probably drafted in the top 10 to a team that's not very good, that probably doesn't have a very good offensive line, right? So what's going to happen? That 2.5 seconds becomes 1.8 seconds, all right? And in your head, you're not ready for this. This is the first time you've ever done it. You've played football, but not at this level and in front of millions of people all around the world. So what will they do? They'll tuck the ball and run if they are that type of a quarterback. So watch for that. Cam Ward in week 1 against the Denver friggin' Broncos on the road, he's going to run. It's natural. It's a natural instinct to tuck the ball, protect it, and run. Because
especially that's the thing that they're telling them. Do not give up the ball. That's all the coaches are telling them on the
they're telling them to throw it away. That's like throw the ball away. All right, throw it into the same game plan that we have with hot dog guns and t-shirt guns. Throw that sucker into the second row. But it's natural instinct. I've played the position, not in the NFL, but we all know it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that Broncos D is going to be good this year.
It's fantastic. That's what I'm saying. And it's a guy doing it for the first time on a team that's not that great. So It's not an indictment on Cam Ward. I friggin' love everything about Cam Ward. That dude is awesome. I think he's going to be great. But it might take the team some time to catch up on the talent level all over, right? And doing it on the road and in elevation, breathe a little heavier, you'll actually run more. So, and remember, sacks don't count against the rushing yards. So,
kneel downs do.
Kneel downs definitely do. That's a rushing. It is.
And if you're Patrick Mahomes, he isn't going down a half a yard. He's going down 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That's a helpful tip for this coming year.
Oh, it absolutely is, dude. Those are real. But that's why you take a quarterback that you think is not going to win the game, Cam Ward, take him for rushing yards. A quarterback that you think will win the game and finish it, Patrick Mahomes, you take him for rushing attempts, because kneel downs count as rushing attempts, and that number is about 3.5 or 4.5.
Yep. And especially if it's at the end of the game and they need to get 5 or 10 yards down the field, they'll just do a quick outrun just to get that extra 5-10 yards for their kicker to kick the field goal, or for them to get into position for a Hail Mary. Like, there's so many scenarios where you're going to get 2 to 4 rushing attempts at the end of a half or the end of at the end of the game, depending on the game script.
Yep.
I think that might be the most used tool that you have given me over the last few years. Quarterback rushing attempts.
It's a great bet. Like, look, I love interception bets. It'll always be my baby. Like, in terms of, I'll love it forever. But you want to talk about making money? Those rushing attempts on quarterbacks, dude, those are money makers, man. And you don't have to switch up a lot either, because not a lot of people play them. So the books really just don't catch on. And I mean, we rode Patrick Mahomes, I swear to God, every week last year.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And he always got it in the last 2 plays of the game.
Always.
He was like, he got 1 or 2 at the end of the first half, and then nothing, like absolutely nothing. And then the last drive of the game, he does
Yep,
one
it's
little
3 of
run,
them.
kneel down, game over, cashed it.
And when you time it right to where you're like, oh, he's got to take 3 kneel downs, like that one's gold. But you know you're sitting pretty when you could steal the quarterback kneel down at halftime.
Yep.
When you have the other team score with like 8 seconds left, it's not worth it to, even run the ball out. But you have to run a play because the clock hasn't started yet. So Mahomes trots out, kneels down, and then runs to halftime, and you steal that one. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a good karma one right there. That's when you've been living right. You get that one, and you know it too. Like when the other team's driving, you're like, oh, if they score here, all right, take a few more seconds. We have to make it a drive, like 7 seconds. You can't possibly do anything. They're not going to bring it out. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the best. Z-Money said, Brock Purdy over rush yards a wagon last year. Yes, it was. C-level receivers this year. Jennings hurt. Ayuk injured. Ricky Pearsall. Yeah.
I'm excited to see this team in action, hopefully healthy. I mean, they should still be front runners if they're healthy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt. Purdy's a tough son of a gun.
I mean, listen, if you're picked last in the draft, last, and then you make it to the roster, and then you and Kyle Shanahan's roster, it's not anybody's roster, right? You're dealing with one of the greatest.
Almost won a Super Bowl.
Gosh, yeah.
I know. He's a dog.
Christian McCaffrey, having him in this, I would love to see them play the Eagles again. And the Bills and the Lions. Lions are my team for this year, mostly because I can't really go with my Giants. There's no hope for us.
Yeah. No.
Sorry, very little?
No, I'm fascinated with the Giants.
So with almost all the other teams, I'm fairly confident that we'll have good seasons. We might not win it all, but, with the Yankees, the Knicks, Rangers, we'll always be in contention. Football Giants just
feel like it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
The hard part is that your division is brutal.
Yeah.
You got the Eagles and you got the Commanders.
And Dallas is no slouch. Like, everyone seems to write them off, but they're no slouch at all. I think that they're going to come out.
Dallas is just ran by a crazy person.
For better or for worse?
Usually for worse.
And there goes
I mean, what was I going to say? I lost it. Landon, do you think Hubbard will have another solid year? Just traded for him in Dynasty for cheap. Chuba, running back? Yeah.
Volume.
Mm-hmm. He's tough as dude. That's a tough back right there. Is it true the 49ers are going to have 5 to 60 starters, maybe rookies in those spots? Man, they've had some people go. Paying Brock Purdy. They finally had to, join the same accounting group as everybody else. You know what I mean? Jameis Winston's always hope. There is.
That's like the ultimate, home run parlay right there. It's just extremely unlikely, but you never know when he catches fire.
Jameis cracks me up. I like him because he takes his work seriously, but he doesn't take himself seriously.
He always seems like he's having fun out there.
Oh, he's having a blast. That's you always see. He's always got a smile on his face, and he's always willing some guys forward positively. I rock with the guy. I rock with him. We've talked about the crab legs thing. I think that's a bunch of bull. I think if anything, what that taught me was that he's also not a snitch. He just ate it, no pun intended, and just went on. Said, whatever. I'm not gonna throw my boy under the bus. Whatever, I got it. And handled it. I fully get down with Jameis. Plus, he's fun. Because he
is always fun. He's going to throw it.
Oh,
you know he's going to sling it.
And he's got a cannon, too. Like, the dude's athletic as hell. He's fun, man. That's a teammate I could get along with very well. You know? Yeah. Very well. Sometimes might get too goofy, but I can live with that. I can live with that because once he steps on the field, his ass is going for like. You might not win, but you were going for it. You know what I mean?
It'll be exciting.
We weren't running any dumb stuff. Like we was throwing it.
Kind of like what's his name? But in the Bucks now.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he's just going to be a dog.
I can feel bro. Look, I saw Baker Mayfield when he played at Oklahoma. He went into Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. Tennessee was a good football team. We were kicking his ass. It was 21-0 right out of the gate. Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, bro. I was in the stadium. There had to be 108,000 people wearing his ass out. Wearing Oklahoma out, beating that ass. You can go look it up in the box score. That son of a gun said, all right, first quarter ended. Okay. Came back, tied it up, went to double overtime. He took over in overtime. They won the game. And I swear to God, Tennessee players were running over to him, give him love. Like the stadium was literally like there weren't no boos. They were cheering his ass. It was awesome. It was one of the cool it was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen. And I was like, dude, this Baker Mayfield kid is a badass. Like this dude, because he's a dog. Like he was yelling at the defense. He would have come out and played defense in overtime. I swear to God, he's a dog. I was watching the whole time, locked in. Like I can't get enough of this kid. You know what I mean? Like I feel it. I rock with Baker too. I rock with him too.
I really do feel like that the Browns got rid of him a little too soon.
Yeah, Browns do that. I rock with Browns fans too. They've gone through hell. Browns fans have gone through just hell, and the fools keep coming.
Got to respect that D though.
Z money. He found it right there. 28-7 in the fourth and OT. Yep. I swear to God, I'm telling you, I was sitting there. Dude, Oklahoma came out of the gate. Tennessee was kicking that ass up and down. People were like, we're leaving to go drink. This thing is, nope. That dude went nuclear. And he was doing it too. Don't get me wrong. He had studs all over the field, and they were loaded. But I want to take nothing away. I've never seen a stadium of a team that just lost devastatingly in double overtime at home. And the crowd literally that's all you could do. That's all you could do. This dude was carrying D linemen on it. Like it was unbelievable, man. Yeah. Wasn't that the Falcons lead? Yeah. Yeah. You know who the OC was of the Atlanta Falcons in that Super Bowl? Kyle Shanahan. You know why? I'll tell you this. We can look this up. He lost the playbook. There goes that TV. Damn ghost woke up. He lost his playbook. I was standing right beside him. People were freaking out once they realized. I don't know why he had his playbook out there. You can look that up. It was in Houston, Texas. Falcons and the Patriots. Love Shanahan. Love Shanahan. That guy feels it. He's not a loud yeller type, but he's intense. I'm a big Shanahan guy. You like the 49ers? Plus, 49ers, look, the NFC West and the AFC West is kind of kicking the NFL's ass in uniforms, too. The Seahawks unis are cold. The 49ers are cold. The Rams are cold. I like the Cardinals. They're dope. Dude, and the AFC West, the Broncos are cold. The Raiders, don't even get me started. I mean, keep going. The Chiefs, classic. You know what I mean? The Chargers, Powders. AFC West and NFC West have some not that other people don't in the NFL. But in the Seahawks, dude, those 90s, the silver and blue ones, get out of here, dude. Those things are so clean. We need to do a top 5 of those like throwbacks. Dude, those Seahawks silver and blue. Oh my God. Dude, huge fan of those. Huge fan. Oh, dude. The West Coast has it. Maybe in baseball, too. You got some dynasty baseball unis out there as well. Oh, man. Z-Money. I married into a family of Browns fans. It's really hard to sympathize throughout their seemingly... Bro, Moshe, I'm going to tell you a true story. The Cleveland Browns once had a guy at the same time. Their head coach was Bill Belichick. Moshe. Their defensive coordinator was Nick Saban. And they fired both of them. they took them to the playoffs.
That's
Keep
just
going
brutal.
down that list. You know who else was on that staff? Kirk Ferentz at Iowa. That's just 3. Now, where did the Browns move? Did they move to Baltimore?
Did they move to Baltimore?
Yeah, the Browns, they moved to Baltimore, right? Cleveland? Became the Ravens?
Oh, did they? I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl immediately. Yeah, that team won a Super Bowl immediately. They fired Belichick and Saban and Kirk Ferentz and Ozzie Newsome. They ended up keeping Ozzie. Like, dude, you look at that Browns coaching staff that last year. It was out of control. Say what you will about any of those guys, but that staff was loaded. They had dude that's at I can't even remember. There were so many. That coaching staff was loaded. It was loaded. Oh, and the reason they got rid of them is because they wanted to move the team.
At least that makes a little bit more sense. It wasn't like we're just dumbasses.
No. It played out like Major League in baseball with the Indians, which is weird. It was kind of that, like, well, we need to gut some of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those are always brutal for the fans. Oh gosh, because you see it happening to your team that you've cared about your entire life, and
well,
let me tell you, clearly see they're not trying to get better.
Bro, I live in Nashville. The Titans left Houston and came here. I saw it, and let me tell you this: Houston, like the Oilers, the Titans own that history, not the Texans. That's why you see the Titans, their throwback uniforms are Oilers. They own the Oilers. Like, that was a fully fledged franchise that moved. The Texans were, a starter.
We got to do a deep dive on football history because I do not know nearly enough about the NFL as I do about the MLB. Not even close.
You bring up a topic. I mean, we'll go through it, right? Like, yeah. So you've got a lot of. It's weird. Houston has a lot of Titans fans, and it also has another half that absolutely hate that franchise, which rightfully so. They were, Joe. They were the Tennessee Oilers. Yeah. So when they first came, the stadium actually wasn't built, so they had to play a year. They played a year in Memphis as the Tennessee Oilers. If you remember, all right, then they played a year at Vanderbilt. And this team was good because the first year, 1999, look it up, the first year that the Tennessee Titans played as in Nashville, in their brand new stadium. Like that first year, they went to the Super Bowl and almost won it by 1 yard. That was the first year that they were in Nashville. So everyone was like, oh, we're just going to win titles. Like, you know what I mean? And been back since. But it's like, and, they had a young Steve McNair, Eddie George, Frank Wycheck, Javon Curse. You want to hear a story about Javon Curse? This dude was nicknamed the Freak, okay, for a reason. In the weight room, and they still have the hole to this day. The Titans Stadium is downtown. The facility, the practice facility and the offices is in Metro Center. It's north of downtown, like 10 miles, not far, okay? But that's where, that's the facility. That's where you go every day. That's where the GM, the bubble, all that. Strength, weight room. The stadium's just the stadium where you play the games. You live at the facility, right? So in the weight room, it was in the summer. You can look this story up too. Javon Curse went to the strength coach and said, if I could touch that ceiling, it's that, kind of push ceiling, that you have in offices, right? If I can touch that ceiling, I get to skip this entire week of, OTAs or whatever. Well, the strength coach looked, it's 12 feet. It's an NFL weight room. So he looked at him and was like, okay, fine. Google it. He put a fist through it. The guy is not a human being. His limbs don't make sense. His hands don't make sense. His hands, I swear to God, are as big. One hand is as big as you and I's head, both put together. I swear to God. Shook his hand 100 times. He's incredibly nice. He's a freak. For real. You could Google that story. They left it. They left the hole.
As well they should.
It's insane. Jeff Fisher was the head coach, and he was like, see you next week, freak. Jeff Fisher's cool. Look, Jeff Fisher, it became a meme. But let me tell you, Jeff Fisher is everything that you think that dude is. He is West Coast SC bro for life. And I'll also tell you this. Jeff Fisher cannot pay for a meal in Nashville to this day. Beloved dude. He can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. Because he's a great guy. Like, he treated people when he was on top, like, in his life, he went out of his way to do every charity, like, all of it. He's an, awesome guy. You will never, ever hear me utter a negative consonant about Jeff Fisher and the Stash. Ever. And you know what's also is great is, like, when he became a meme, he started going to Barstool. And, like, he was with the joke, which is absolutely how you handle it. You know what I mean? That's absolutely how you handle it. Dude, you just have fun with it. And people saw, like, like Big Cat and them, would have him. And they saw it. They're like, oh, Fisher's down with the joke. Like, he's a fun dude. Like John Gruden is now, I'll tell you, you want to hear a funny story? So Jeff Fisher did this. I hope I'm not bothering anybody with these random NFL stories. Jeff Fisher did this with rookies for years. So Thanksgiving is the first big holiday during the NFL season, right? Right? Yeah. So starts in September. So if you're a rookie, all of this NFL life, I mean, dude, it's drinking through a fire hose. Every day is just, you're not used to it, right? It takes a year to just get adjusted to that life, right? So, and Jeff Fisher was on the 85 Bears. It's not like he wasn't an NFL player and a starter. You know what I'm saying? So he gets it, right? He's a player's West Coast. He's Pete Carroll, but way more coy with the jokes, right? Like he's like Jimmy Hart in wrestling. That's him. He's smart. He's experienced. He's been there, and he's seen all the ribs over to, you know what I mean? He's seen all of them, all the greats, right? Because he's been around it. Played at Southern Cal. Like, he's been around it his whole life. So Thanksgiving is the first big holiday if you're a rookie. So imagine it. You finally got things adjusted. Most of the time, at least back then, 80s, 90s, you know, a lot of players were already married or engaged, you know, graduate college, get drafted, they'd get engaged, right? So a lot of them didn't really know what to do in regards to Thanksgiving. So Fisher had it set up with the local Kroger. All right, if you're familiar, Kroger is a grocery store. Nice grocery store, right? They're all over Nashville. He set it up to where he told the rookies, Thanksgiving is a tough time because, you know, it's hard to cook and we don't know where we're going to be, you know. So for all the rookies, go into the Kroger near Metro Center, Bellevue, and tell the people at the deli that you're so-and-so, you're with the Titans, and you're here to get your Thanksgiving meal. Fisher set it up that the organization was so proud of them and happy that they were here and, you know, that they had a big box, right? Like a big taped, huge, you know, that would fit a huge turkey for the family and all the dressings and like massive, right? So he was like, tell your families, don't worry about it. We've got it all taken care of. They don't have to cook. Have your family at the house. You know, we've got a home game, so we're not traveling. It's on us. Oh, thanks, coach. So they go. But he told them, he said, don't send your family to go get it. Like, you need to go get it. This is heavy. This is, you know,
the full Thanksgiving dinner for a football player and his family.
And sides. Like, it's like, don't send your wife to go pick it up, right? Like, they'll help you get them out, but the reason is he wasn't ribbing the family. He didn't want them to, you know. So they would go. And he paid for it with the local Kroger that they'd get a huge those office boxes, right? Banker's boxes style, right? Too big, like put together. And he paid for it personally, all the frozen turkeys, all of them. Okay. And he was like, just fill the boxes with frozen turkeys, tape it up. He goes, I'm telling you, you know, I want to see who pays attention, actually looks, and who doesn't. And I also want to rib them. So anyways, nobody would look. They just take it home. Well, then they'd all get a call about an hour later. Yeah. That they're like, these are just frozen turkeys. Like, the coach set you up. And like, I'm telling the story horribly, but they would set them up and like literally they'd be stuck because you're cooking that day.
You need that to defrost. You need that to sit.
Yeah. And he'd let the joke sit for a minute. That there'd be a little panic of, oh my God, like now we don't have any food. And then they had it delivered. Like they already had, like they'd have a second like thing already set up.
Which really should have been the first red flag in the first place.
Yeah. So he was like, I just want to see who would pay attention and who would be prepared of like check it beforehand instead of like, you know, because he would go to the detail. He was like, you just get it, you know, you get it home and you let it sit. Like, you know, it needs time to defrost or like all whatever. And they were like, they had like Eddie George had asked him, like, how many people? He goes, nobody checked it. But he'd pull pranks like that all the time. But then the frozen turkeys, like they would take them and they would like give them to like the food bank because like Tracy Lawrence, you know the country artist Tracy Lawrence.
No, but yes,
another great guy. He always ran the big like the homeless shelter drive. You know, Tracy Lawrence, country star. I swear to God, him and the blonde-haired dude from Rascal Flatts. I cannot remember his name. Those two guys. Oh, and Aaron Tippin. Those three guys. Bro, I thought they lived at homeless shelters. Those guys did so, like, I just have to give them a shout out. They did so many fundraising things and things that didn't get attention. They weren't there for attention. They didn't give a damn about it. And yeah, Matty Boy said, holy shit, you guys are still on. I finished my meeting, looked up, and there you both still were. Yeah. Let me tell you this. Tracy Lawrence, Aaron Tipp, and look, I'm not leaving others out. I'm just telling you what I've seen. And that the dude, actually the entire Rascal Flatts group, those guys collectively, I swear to God, like I don't know how they had time for a career. Like any type of charitable thing that was going on, whether it was bright lights or nobody knew about it. Brant Snedeker's like that too. Golfer.
You know, just
that is awesome. Vince Gill too. What? Go ahead. What were you saying?
Really nonsense, but one of my favorite my favorite non-real song is from Rascal Flatts, and it's "What Happens When You Sing a Country Song Backwards." And if you haven't heard it, go listen to it and go listen and watch the lyrics. It's hilarious. It's like
check it
you
out.
get your dog back, you get your truck back, you get your first and second.
Oh
back.
yeah. That's creative. Like that's classic country writing right there. Yeah, dude. Vince Gill. All right, do you know Vince Gill? Familiar with Vince Gill?
Somewhat, yeah.
So Vince Gill, forever in Nashville, has been involved in sports. Huge with Belmont and Lipscomb, right? Because forever, like those are national, and Vanderbilt too. But Vanderbilt, they didn't need the charitable as much as others, right? Vanderbilt's got more money than God, but he teamed up with Vanderbilt decades ago. Yeah, it'd be 15, 20 years ago to fund like youth golf, both, for affluent areas, non-affluent areas, for everybody, because golf's an expensive sport. You know what I mean? But he loves it. And they're like, yeah, bring your kids. You ain't got to pay. Nice stuff, like Vanderbilt branded logo stuff. Like, it's dope. Vince Gill is awesome. Awesome.
That's really cool. Yeah, I like when they do things, especially in the community. They're not trying to be fancy about it. They're just trying to get back. And like, I don't care if it's for a tax write-off or how it starts. At the end of the day, the basketball camps that some people put on, or like Shaq. Shaq is a great example of this.
Shaq's
like,
great example.
Just
Eddie George,
just being a good guy.
Eddie George is a great guy. Eddie George, like that dude. He could have it, do whatever he want in Nashville. He'd never ask for it, but
it's always those people. The people that you want to give things to don't necessarily want it or ask for it. The people
he'd argue on it. If he came into your store, like every place in Nashville would be like, no, Eddie. He's that good of a dude. Like people don't forget how you make them feel, man. I'm telling you, people don't forget how you made them feel. And like when Eddie and them were on top, Steve McNair was like this too, which made Steve McNair's legacy so complicated. Getting murdered by a mistress, like That whole thing on July 4th, weird. But Eddie George was that dude. Eddie George is another true story. He told, like, when that happened, because obviously, Eddie and his wife, I mean, they were great friends, right? And then, now you've got McNair's wife didn't know about the, what was going on. Now she's looking at you like, oh, you knew too. You were lying. You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird situation. And Eddie was like, look, I didn't know about any of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, which is believable because he's that, like, it's not a lying bone in his body. But he was like, Steve was my friend. And I always told him, same thing with me. If something happened, make sure your kids are good. And Eddie did just that. Eddie George is that. Eddie George is that dude. That dude. I can see why his coaching career is already taken off. He is absolutely a dude you'd want to play for. Yep.
Not easy to take care of someone else's kids.
Nope.
And
and guess what? And you never heard about it too. Till right now.
Yeah.
That's Eddie George. And guarantee it.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who say they'll help. Like when my dad died, there was a lot of people who came and were like, oh, this, I'll help you out and whatever. Everyone's busy with their own lives. To really go out of your way to pay attention and make sure that the other family, is okay, and then helping them through it, and whatever he did, it's a huge thing.
And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about spending time with the boys, right? Saying, look, I'm not your dad, but I'm here for like real time, the real expensive thing. I mean, Eddie could buy stuff and just say, here, whatever. That don't go so far.
Helps. Don't only go so far.
But I mean, it was actually there in their lives, like at games, at all that.
Wow.
And he went to Fork Union Military, and it shows. Bro, you'll find aliens before you find somebody say anything negative about Eddie George as a human being. And I'll bet
aliens are out there, man.
And they are.
Can we talk about that for the next half hour?
We can. Tizzle. Imagine finding out your husband cheating on you and, oh, yeah, she killed him. Yeah. In a condo in your city that she didn't know about.
Oh.
He had a whole condo right downtown. It's still up. Somebody lives in it. Which is weird. Go down 2nd Avenue. It's right there. If you know, you know. There's not a sign outside, but it's right there. Like, if you've been to Nashville, you've driven past it. I guarantee it. If you've been downtown, you've driven past it. Nobody knew.
That's where we should really have a DTL get together.
Hey, I'll tell you this. You want to talk about a conspiracy theory? You want to dive into something? Dive into that. How did a girl who weighed 78 pounds shoot Steve McNair in the back of the head twice alone and then shoot her?
Oh, boy. We just got serious. We just got real.
Buddy, I'm telling you, from living, I lived 2 miles from that place at one point. Look into that.
Money? Did he gamble?
Look up. I'll tell you this. I'll get you started on this.
Oh, boy. This is either going to really help viewership or really hurt.
You could look it up. I want you to look up this name. Big Daddy Gaddy. Start there. Just Google Big Daddy Gaddy, and I guarantee Google's going to start popping up Steve McNair. Now I got to be careful because he's still alive, and he lives in Nashville. So I hope he's not watching. I'm not putting guilt on my man. I'm just saying. I'm not putting guilt on him.
You're just putting the...
No, there are some things missing.
Okay.
No. There are. Yeah, Joe. Oh, there are some things missing. Somebody did a whole podcast on it. Couldn't break it. one of those true crime investigators? Because nobody will talk. Jeff, they had everybody on there. Nobody will talk. I'm telling you, you want a conspiracy theory? She was a waitress at Dave & Buster's here in Nashville at the mall. Weighed 92 pounds. She clipped him twice. Steve McNair? Does anybody remember Steve McNair? This dude played with a broken neck and broken ribs. He could play with a broken leg and won MVP. And a 90-year-old girl got him twice in the back of the head. She couldn't even reach his hands. For real, like, yeah, Joe. I saw the podcast and documentary. It's crazy. It is crazy. And you know what? Nobody has talked. The police ain't talked. Nobody. You want to talk about like a small town southern crime type deal?
Oh, he said he died.
There's some things that this is it.
No, Big Daddy Gaddy passed away August.
Did he die?
9th, 2019.
Oh God, he died way long ago. Okay, then I'm good.
I don't know if you're still good. Whoever is with him is still with him. You know,
well, he didn't have a whole lot of. He lost his funding, but yeah, but it brought it up. Big Daddy Gaddy. It brought up McNair.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Hey, this story is real. Like, I don't know the answer. I don't. And then, remember when we had Vince Young as quarterback? I felt bad for Vince. Remember they were talking about he would, like, rent out a whole plane? Like him and his friends? I think he was really lonely here. I don't think he had any friends, man. And I don't know why.
I mean, it must be hard making friends.
Look at it.
Making friends as an adult, and then making friends when you're famous must not be easy either. Because you never know if somebody wants anything from you or.
Absolutely. Look what he was doing. People were making jokes when they're like, "Oh man, like he, rented out a plane for like his friends and his friends' friends, and he rent out like Texas Roadhouse." Right? Like people were making fun of it, and I was like, "Oh, that dude's lonely."
Sad.
You know what I mean? I was like, that guy literally is like, I don't even care about the money. Like, can we just have fun? Anything. It like people made him out to be like he's a criminal. I was like, dude, Vince Young hasn't done any like.
At least he didn't build a little Wonder World in the back of his house and invite his neighbor's kids over.
Yeah, like, dude.
Sorry, for MJ.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna get yelled at for that.
No. Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, people joked on him, and I was like, oh, that guy's lonely. Like, that guy. The Vince Young time, because remember, the owner forced it because he's from Texas. That was the year when it was him, Matt Leinart, and who's the third one? It was Vince, Leinart. Oh man, I can't. Was it Jason Campbell? Was it 2004?
I was in 2004 playing
2006.
MLB baseball. Not the show. It was whatever game what came out on PC, and I was playing that nonstop. So I had no interest in football in 2004 yet.
Yeah. Oh, look, I mean, Vince Young, that Rose Bowl, there are people say that's the greatest game that they've ever seen. And I can't argue it. I can't argue it. I might have other options, but I can't argue that. Like, it's like when people say, who's the most decorated, football player ever? And I'm like, Marcus Allen. And they're like, what? I'm like, Marcus Allen. I'm like, look at it. Marcus Allen has won every award possible in the history of football. That's it. Matty boy, you're right. It was Cutler. Because everybody wanted Cutler to the Titans because Cutler played at Vanderbilt. 3 miles down the street. But the owner was from Houston. He wanted Vince. Jeff Fisher wanted Cutler. It was a bad fit. But, I mean, Vince Young in that game. You know who also is cool? I sound like an idiot. Lindale White. Him and Chris Johnson are boys. Remember they played together here in Tennessee when CJ ran for 2,000 yards? Which, by the way, the Titans organization now has had like 3 people that have done it. Weirdly enough.
That's not weird. When you have the process down and you got that mentality, you got that training, that's what you do.
Yeah, you got like the Houston and then
That's what we were talking about before.
CJ and Derrick Henry.
Certain teams are run a certain way, and that when they have consistency, you know you're going to get a certain amount from them, whatever that game plan is.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah, Lindale White, awesome. Awesome dude. Hilarious. Lindale White is that cool stoner dude. I'm not putting anything on him. I'm just saying, like, that's like that. Just picture that.
The dude.
Oh, the best. Oh, Lindale White's hilarious.
No, I mean the dude from.
Yeah.
The ultimate stoner.
Yeah,
dude.
like he's chill, dude. Like,
just
chill.
Whatever. You broke into my house.
Oh, super chill. Like, and understand, I'm not saying that like about his game. Not at all. I'm just saying, like, as a person, like, West Coast light heart, like, great dude. I'm like, just heart of gold, just chill, funny. You know what I mean? Like, he's not loud. He's not yelling. He's not that dude. Tizzle, Lindale White, and Reggie Bush lead with Thunder and Lightning. Reggie Bush is the greatest college player that I've ever seen in my lifetime. It's Reggie Bush. I'll stand on a mountain and say that.
I mean, Reggie Bush was definitely the best when I was a kid. That was the man. That was the man. Yeah. There was nobody else. Like, you were talking, you had Dominic McNabb only because I was in Philly and he was the man here. But if you were to talk about who's, like, the guy.
In my lifetime, like, he was the most dynamic because he was the one that really was the face of that new. Like, Reggie Bush ran so the others could fly. If Reggie Bush came 10 years later, he changes the game.
You can
which
argue
is what he
that
did in college. Like,
about multiple athletes though in the 90s and early 2000s because they didn't have the same training. Right, like certain people within the same line with like Tiger Woods, they didn't train every day. They weren't working out. They weren't honing. They didn't have the science behind them to really understand how to fine tune the mechanics on what's the best way to work out so that you're the most successful that you can possibly be in your sport. There wasn't any of that.
No, you're right. No, you're right. And I'll say this.
And the sports were much meaner. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. And what Tizzle was saying, like, bro. Number one, I agree. Number two, that's why Lindale and Chris Johnson became immediately boys, and it immediately worked for Tennessee because it was Lindale was like, oh, I'm used to this. Like, you've got the short, fast dude that can go. He's like, and I'm the change of pace back. Like, and I'm not even talking about on the field. I'm talking about mentally. Lindale White could handle a backfield on his own. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it takes a teammate to realize it's a special combination when you have both. Look at Detroit now. You know what I mean? So you had CJ, who I don't care what anybody says. Chris Johnson at his peak could fly. I mean, he was untouchable there for about 2 years. I mean, he's always fast, but for about 2 years, when he ran for 2,000 whatever yards, that dude was gone. He was so fast. But anyways, back to it. But yes, like talking about best decorated, and like Reggie was a Bo Jackson type. They changed the style. Now, pick who you like. One for, one side, one for the other. Doesn't even matter to me, but like those type dudes who are just special. But Marcus Allen won every award ever. All of them. Cam Newton came close, but Marcus Allen got Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP. I'm telling you, I think Marcus Allen has won every award that is like, and I mean this, no hyperbole, that is actually possible for a football player to earn from high school through the NFL. I think he won every one of them. Like, I literally, I think he's won all of them. Marcus Allen's trophy case is out of control. Like, because he won all of that in college, championships, Heisman, just think of an accolade and look. I think Marcus Allen has done it, which is crazy because, he replaced O.J. Simpson. Say what you will off the field, O.J. Simpson was the guy. That is not in question. He went for 2014 games. They're about to be playing 18. All right, we need to get out of here. We've gone for an hour and 40 minutes. I apologize.
Just don't make the mistake of asking if I have any final thoughts.
Yeah, see, there we go. My picks are just stories of randomness.
They were fantastic. I think this show is awesome.
Tizzle said, this one is for Moshe, very underrated Thunder and Lightning. Tyrone Tracy and Bo Scatabo. There you go.
Yeah, very underrated.
Hey, I'll give you one on the way out. Do you know about Cadillac and Ronnie? Google Cadillac and Ronnie at Auburn. And they had Brandon Jacobs, too. I don't even have to say anything else. Cadillac and Ronnie. If you know, you know. Cadillac and Ronnie, 04 Auburn. They played Tennessee in the SEC Championship. I was at that game. They beat the piss out of us. Actually, twice that year. Jason Campbell at quarterback. Dude. Carnell, baby. Carnell, Cadillac, dude. Him and Ronnie Brown.
Was Nick Saban the coach then?
No, Tommy Tuberville. Nick Saban was at LSU.
Okay, I just saw that. I'm scrolling through the news articles on.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, they had Brandon Jacobs behind him. That team went undefeated, but so did USC. And I think, was it Miami? Big Brian Clancy, what up, dog? Good to see you, bro. Tizzle, Jason Campbell's one of my favorite Raiders. Yeah, Campbell's a good guy. Smart guy. I like Campbell. He was what he was. Like, he reached his maximum. Yeah, that's exactly that. Jason Campbell, half a decade, 8-8. Yep.
It's not terrible. Could be worse. Could be better.
Oh, yeah. No, look.
It's a lot of work to get to 8-8.
Hey, there are a lot worse places than 8-8. Let's go
yeah.
Red Sox.
Yeah. I mean, I think Red Sox and the Brewers are two teams that you're going to have to back until they kind of tell you to tail off. I think they're both just they're too good. They're too hot. Just keep rolling.
Too good, too hot. We're going to end it on that. That's a perfect phrase. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be live tomorrow, normal time, 10 a.m. Eastern. Getting more ready. NFL preseason week 1, college football week 1, Major League Baseball, and more. Until then, best of luck. Cash these tickets, and we'll see you in the morning. Peace.
Who's got it better than us? No!